Hello, everybody. Sorry about that little bit of a noise that happened there. So good. Welcome to everybody. And today we are going to play with a fun new craft called Freshcut Crafts. This is like a paper punching system that you can punch out and you can make cutie little animals, for lack of a better term, and they make a bunch of other stuff, but this one's all about woodland creatures. And as you can tell, there's a bunch of little cuties. Today, I've already done the bunny rabbit, and I think we're going to do let's do the hedgehog. I think the hedgehog is pretty cute. So when you get it, and this kit comes with a bunch of stuff. Now it's supposed to be make a door hanger, make some bookmarks, make some trading cards. Of course, I'm going to do some cards with these because I just love them. And I am pairing them up with my Die Cuts with a View green recycle stack. So good morning, everybody who just jumped on. So the first step you're going to do is I'm going to open up my little thingy here, and links, I've already added my links for this project down below, so you can check that out. So I said we were going to do the hedgehog, so I got to find the instructions for the hedgehog, which are right here. And like, here's the bunny rabbit, and here is the fox, here's the owl, here's the deer, and then they also have some trees. So you can really kind of play around with it and have some fun. So we're going to do the hedgehog, and it gives you cutesy little eyes. So we need to have the double eyes for the hedgehog. So either could do single or do double. Let's see. I think I'm going to do two big ones. Let's do that. Let's change it up a little bit. Two giant eyes. And you can make them be all kinds of crazy or funny, or you can have them be, like totally normal. It depends on how you want to do the eyes. So I am going to try and not make a giant mess here and lose all my little pieces. Okay, so the base of the hedgehog is the tan. So here we go. We have a tan oval. So we need that little piece. And so look, they're all pre-cut. It's almost like you took, like a paper cutting machine, but they did all the stuff for you. This is also great for kids because it's got simple instructions. You can use whatever glue. I'm going to use my Xyron because it just makes my life easier. But you really can do stuff. And look how simple all the different pieces are. So they're like hearts and stuff. And they're just so cutie. I just think they're so stinking adorable. I mean, look, it's an oval with a heart on it. Such simple shapes. And then here we have the legs. So I'm going to go ahead and pop out the legs. And they do pop out. Well, I was going to say they pop out easy. This one, oh, because it's so tiny in there. I'm going to get in there in a second to take care of that. There we go. All right, so we're going to have to, I don't want to mess it up. So I'm going to go in with my precision scissors really fast and just get in here and do a little snip. They're just stuck because they're so tiny in there. There we go. That's one. And here is the other. So this is just an alternative because, I love the cutie stamps. But, sometimes I just want something a little bit more different, and it's just a different craft. So this is the cutie card that we are making today. Look how cutie it is. I love it. Again, kind of going in with my fun fold cards. This is a very, very simple card to make, but it does have kind of a wow factor when you open it up. So I think it's pretty cool. All right, I think I got all the pieces for the top part of my little hedgehog. All right, and so now we got to go into the dark brown. So I'm just going to move all those little pieces over. Dark brown, and I need the top of the hedgehog, his little body. There we go. And then I need his little nose. And there we go. Ta-da! And I think that's it. I think I got all the pieces. Now, this one also shows that you can have like a little smile. So for instance, for the bunny rabbit, and I have not done that, so we're going to do that together. We're going to add in his little dots for his little, for lack of a better term, for his whiskers, just so he has some sort of like interest on him. So there are a few things that you can go in and you can add in. So for instance, there's some dots in the back here. These ones don't have anything, and then the trees don't have anything either. So just some cutie fun. Okay, so how do we assemble this little guy? So we're going to follow the instructions. So I'm going to take my Xyron just to make my life easy. Again, you can use whatever glue you want. Glue dots to work, regular old glue, but I think my Xyron makes my life so much simpler. Attach his cutie little legs onto his body, and you're going to flip it over. So I want to make sure that it looks good from both directions. So I think he needs to have his legs kind of go back a tiny bit. And you can fiddle with this. You don't have to follow the directions to the T, but there we go. Okay, there's the beginning of my little hedgehog. All right, and then we are going to, and still flipped around, it says you're going to take the heart face and go the other way. So, I want his face. I'm going to have him go the same direction. It's because it makes sense with the card. So it looks like that. Now, does he have, no, we're going to flip it. This goes on the front. See, I got to read directions here. So you actually can see the shape of the face. I'm going to do it this way. I'm going to put a little bit of adhesive right there, just like that, and stick his little face on there. There we go. Kind of point it down a tiny bit, I think. There we go, just like that. And then we have his cutie patootie little body here. And it goes kind of like that. Yeah, but you know what we're gonna do? I've made this in the past. This is my Xyron fun foam. So it's kids fun foam. You run it through your sticker maker, and then you have fun foam. So I'm gonna fun foam his body up. I think it's the best way to say it. We're gonna do that. We're gonna fun foam him up, and it just gives a little bit of some dimension to our little hedgehog here. So cute. I love it. Okay, now these little guys are so extremely tiny. I'm going to use my Xyron X and run the eyeballs and his little nose because they are just so extremely tiny. I do not want to try and, I mean, you could use wet glue on that one and that would totally work because you put a little dot of glue and then stick it on, but I don't feel like fiddling with that today. And then that just makes life easy. Easy, easy peasy. Look how adorable. Okay, and then I got to decide how I want to stick the eyeballs on. I might have to move my little... The stickiness gives you a little bit of room to kind of move stuff around. So I got one eye. Should have gone with the smaller eyes maybe, but that's okay. Stick his little nose on there. I got to stick the other eye in there somehow. There, that works. So it's cutie. Now we just need a smile. And where is my pen? Here we go. And we're just going to add a cutie little smile on there. Yes. Oh, we need a little more of an upturn. There we go. And that is our little hedgehog. Look how adorable it is. And then while I'm at it, I'm going to go into our bunny rabbit here. And I'm just going to add the little dots. Look how simple. Cute. So adorable. Okay, so now we got our hedgehog. It is done. It is super cute. And like I said, I still have enough supplies to make some of the other creatures. And if you want to go back and check out, I will have a Facebook Live on a sped up version of this in a few days. So you guys can check that out. Okay. So before I get to, because I wanted to kind of clean off my desk a little bit, all of the papers that I've used inside, including this circle piece right here, and all of the mats, the strip, everything except for the white paper and the craft paper all came from this particular stack. I just thought that the colors went really well. Everything kind of vibed. It had all the pieces. It even had this background piece. I'm going to show you how I made that shortly. Really, really worked well. All right, so now I can move this thing out of the way. You guys are really quiet today. We had, I always talk about the weather because for some reason it seems to be a big hot topic for me. We just got cold weather. Yay. And I don't know where my paper thingy is. Oh man, I moved it. Now it's got, oh, it fell on the floor. When all else fails, check on the floor because you're bound to find it. Okay, I have, and this measurement is already up there. I was ahead of the game today. Hey, Joan, how you doing? All right, so I have a 9 1/4 inch sheet by 5 1/2. So this is the base. It's too big for a regular A2 size card, but we are doing some fun flappy folds here, right here. All right, this could not be simpler. Take your card, stick it at 2 1/2, and score it. Score, score, score. And if you do not have a scoring tool like this, you could use your fingernail. I've done that. I'm really off camera here. If you do not have, you could use the back end of a pen or a pencil that's not very sharp, kind of a dull pencil, or a pen that's not click to open. Those would all work. Flip it the other way, score it at 2 1/2. That's it. That's all you got. And I know it seems like, well, you just did 2.5 and 2.5. How is it going to have folds that fold over on top of each other? It's because the base of the inside of the card is 4.25. So it works out just perfectly that you fold this one over here like that. You fold this one over here like that, and it folds over. You could have the card even go the other way if you wanted to. You could have the card open this way. So this particular fun fold you could do for a ton. I'm just calling it a two fold over, however you want to call it. I don't know. I just kind of played around with it and thought that would be fun to make today. I don't even know if anybody else has made it before. Maybe I created it. Maybe I didn't. Probably not. I think it's been around for a little while. But my measurements are my own because I came up with them. Here we go. All right. So here we have our two-fold card. Now I went ahead and pulled out all of the things. Now, since this was a 2.5 and this is by 5.5, all of your mats are 2.25 by 5.25. And that includes this mat, this mat, this mat, and that mat. So it's very simple in terms of cutting. If you're going to mass produce a card, this is actually a very, very simple card to mass produce. Oh, I did forget to cut one thing. I'm so sorry. I just realized that. All right, I need all my little bits and pieces here. Let me get them all organized. We need all these little fun bits. Okay, so I got my front, got my back, got my sides. I make another one, so I always have enough pieces cut over to do another one on my Facebook, so you guys can see kind of a fun, quickie version of this card. And what I did forget to do was cut the inside. So I got to cut the white real fast because that's the inside. And I cut it down to be quite small. Now I don't remember exactly what I cut it to be. That's awesome. All right, so what did I do? I went quite small because I wanted to see this mat in the background. I went to 3.5 by 4.75. So there we go. So let's do the smaller side first. So 3.5 and then 4.75. And that's going to be the little inside piece. And just because you guys couldn't see me kind of pushing stuff, I keep like a stack of papers just off the side of my camera. It's basically my desk. It's got white paper, it's got craft, it's got black. It's kind of like the most commonly used papers. So like if I need a little piece like this because I'm going to cut something, I have it just off camera here, which is on my desk where I work all the time anyway. And so if I need just a little something, so for instance, off the side here, I have all these little craft bits as I was playing around with the size. I'll put those in there because you never know when you might want to have just a tiny bit of some craft paper. Just works. All right, now it's time to layer all my bits and pieces. So I'm going to start with the inside and work my way out. Here I have my back mat. I just thought this was so cute. All these little birds on here. This is going to go here, but first we're going to stamp it. I don't want to stamp it and then I screw it up and I have to tear it off. It's just a pain in the butt. I also loved this because it had like some words on there, and the little animals I'm sticking on there are very woodland, and it had these little owls, and it talks about trees and nature and earth. So I have had this green pack forever. And I've pulled it out now twice. I don't know if it's just because I pulled it out once because I was looking for something, but I absolutely loved it. So we're going to stick with playing with this thing for a little while. I got a lot of paper. Those paper packs have a ton of paper. And so for cards, they're perfect, especially for these when you have all these panels. Works great. So this is a stamp from a company called Ida Rose Stamps. Brand new little company based out of here in the States. Super cute stuff. This one is called You Got This. It's got a whole bunch of great sentiments on there. I've used it on a previous card making video a while ago for actually a couple of card making videos. And this one, I'm probably going to have to re-ink because I'm sitting here talking, and it says, love what you have, need what you want, accept what you receive, give what you can. So this is not any kind of specific card beyond just a uplifting, you know, generic card. I just thought that was an awesome saying to put on the inside. And so I have a stamp block that has that stamp on it. And then I have another one which we're using for the front, and I stuck it on another one that has a grid, and it says, may all your dreams come true. So this is just one of those. It could be a birthday card. It could work for just about anything that you'd want. And both sentiments came from the same stamp set. So you have some longer ones, which I think is fun. You've got some sentiments in the middle. We've got some long ones. We've got some short ones. We've got a really long one, which I think is cool. Only those who attempt the absurd can achieve the impossible. Got some swirly-doos in here. Got some nice big words. It's just kind of fun. So I've pulled that stamp set out 3 or 4 different times, getting some really good stamps out of it. So I like stamp sets where I like phrases on them quite a bit, especially for something that's in the center, which is not centered. There we go. Okay. There, I decided to put this thing. Now, this does not look straight. Somehow I must have misaligned, and I can tell because it just looks it's like it's not quite lined up. So I probably had my paper not quite centered when I was doing my folds here. Does that look better? Yes. If it looks funny to the eye, there you go. Now, this little piece right here goes there, and I love the blue, and then this piece goes there. Okay, and what I was looking at when I was doing the card, I was like, oh, what if I flipped it? And it just looked way too busy having that piece right there. But I loved it when I opened it up, and I was like, oh, there's a little bit of an interest. And it just happened to be in the paper pack as one of the extra papers. I did not do it on this one. There was one that did not, I cut out a section of it that just had the dots. And then I found that part of it, the paper, let me see if I can find it in the paper pack. On the floor. It was this one right here. This is the one that I cut out. So I started off just doing the blue, and then I had a section that was right along the edge, and it had a little bit of that stripe. I was like, ooh, that would look really pretty. So that's what I cut out. So that's what we're sticking there. So look at your paper. Look at your giant paper packs. Cut them up. You can get a ton of cards with just one 12 by 12 sheet of paper. And when you have a massive paper stack like this, you really can make a ton of cards out of them because you've got giant 12 by 12s, usually 2 to 3 of each kind of paper, and they all go really well together. So you can grab any combination within the paper pack in your set. All right, so now we're just going to add just a background because we're going to add a circle on top of this in a minute. And I don't want it to be too overwhelming. So I wanted some neutrals on this. I also grabbed a strip. So in the paper pack, which you can't really see right here. Let me see if I can find the papers. It is gorgeous. And it's not new. That's the thing. It's still, you can find it online. You might still be able to find it at like Michael's and stuff and Hobby Lobby. I think I got this at Hobby Lobby years ago. So inside this paper pack, it had a stripe. So it's so cool. But I wanted to have a banner. So I just took like a center, like this one or this one, and then just cut that and then cut it down to size. So this one I've got, it's got red dots, green dots, the blue. For this particular one, it had a big green stripe in the middle. So they're all a little bit different, but I just think that's kind of fun. So grab my little stripey here. And I don't want it to be all the way to the edge. I kind of want to have it lined up to make sure you put it on straight. I'm going to use the guide of the paper and go right along one of these little, where the little flowers are, and just kind of follow the flowers. It works. Okay. I'm going to have to show you the giant sheet of paper to understand how I did this next piece. So I think it's super cute to have like grass and stuff, but I don't have like a grass die cut, and I didn't have an exact really good matching color for the grass. And I was looking through and I found this paper. It had grass on the bottom. It had the clouds at the top. I knew I wanted to add, just to show you, my little creature in there, my little guy. And so I thought, okay, well, this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to cut a circle from here. I'm going to cut a circle from here, which is what I did. So I cut 2 circles. I cut the bottom circle first. Cut it by using it had like a little bit of a background onto it. I don't know if you guys can see that with the lights. So there it is. You can see the background. Well, you can see it over here too. So here's the background. I lined it and cut it straight across, following just with scissors, right across that edge. And then I made sure I was able to line it up onto the other circle, laid the circle down. So it's just a circle die cutting, die cut that out. And then all we're going to do is we're just going to glue the 2 pieces together. So now it looks like there is, and if you can tell, I did kind of like line it up with some sticky just so that it didn't roll around when I put it on there. I will show you how I did that. I was messing around and I cut too many circles, and I only have 1 sheet left, and I didn't want to overdo because I was going to do it for my Facebook as well. So sorry, you didn't get to see me die cut circles, but there you go. All right, so now I've got some grass. I've got the clouds, I think is super cute. This particular one, I'm going to try and cut it so you can actually see the bird. So there'll be a little bird in the corner. So picture like cutting it right about there, probably about there, something like that. I just got to make sure that my little bird is not covered up. And then you just, plant the circle down here. So you end up cutting a little bit of the grass at the bottom. So take a look at your papers and don't think, oh, I can't use that because they're separate. Mesh them together. Why not? All right, so then I laid my circle down, and I originally had it this big, and it didn't look right. It just didn't blend. It was not enough of a contrast. So I actually took the circle, which is why everything stuck together, and cut it down to be smaller. So I stuck everything together, put my smaller circle, I cut that out, did this because this was the biggest circle I had. I didn't have a circle larger than this one, otherwise I would have just done that. Found a brown paper out of the pack and matted it, and it made the world of difference. So take a look at the difference between having the mat and not having the mat. And I was like, whew, that really makes a difference, and I like it a whole lot better. And at first I was debating, do I want to have my circle be all the way to the side, right? Or do I want to have it down, or do I want to have it up, which would look super cute, right smack in the center. So you could have a circle where you just kind of pull the flap. And I was playing around, and I definitely wanted to have a banner with a sentiment. I decided I want my circle to be smack in the center. And so that's where I went with it. I decided to have it right smack in the center because this lined up a lot better, because it went all the way to the edge. It wasn't a short little sentiment that would line up perfectly under. So the sentiment was off aligned and it looked funny. So we're going to make it right in the center. All right, so first thing, we're going to stick this, glue this down to my mat here. And there is a little bit of a, I think it's kind of fun because it's that dark color. I really wanted a dark color to make everything pop. So it's that really dark brown. And I thought it would look really good with the darker colors of the animals. So now all I got to do is stick my animal on there, and look how cutie patootie that is. So I wanted my animal to kind of like be in a world. It wasn't just stuck in some random little circle, and it didn't have anywhere, like it didn't have, I wanted it to have something going on, like a scene is the best way. Thank you, Joan. That's exactly what I was thinking, a scene. So I want him to like sit in the grass, but he's got a background. I mean, heck, you could even throw like a little butterfly. Like I said, there's the bird. My problem, the bird would work really well right here with the bunny rabbit because these are really large animals. But I think I'm going to make one more card that I'm going to do onto the Facebook. I'm going to do the owl, and it just may not work. If I did the deer, it would probably work if I did the deer with the bird. So we'll have to see. Maybe I'll make 2 cards online. I don't know. They're cute. They're so adorable. Or I'll let my daughter play with the last one. Maybe I'll do that. Okay, so here is my little hedgehog right there. Now, you got to be careful because you want your card to open. Only put adhesive on this side. That's it. Don't stick it everywhere. And I want to center it kind of in the middle from side to side, but a little bit up because we got to be able to fit our banner on here, right? So we want to be able to stick the banner, and if you put it too low, the banner looks like it's off. If you put the circle right smack in the center, it just does not work. If you go too high, it looks like it's off. So just kind of go in the middle and then a titch up. Use your eye as your best judgment. Now, where did I put? There it is. And I have not cut this down, but it's going to fit right there. There we go. And that's just too long. I got to trim that guy down. So there it is, just like that. So that looks good to me. And I'm just kind of wedging it right under. And I like, got to hold it up. Yeah, maybe a tiny bit up higher. This is where I kind of play. So the adhesive has got a little bit of room to groove. You got some time before it's got to, you know, completely stick down, and then you can't move it and it rips your paper. So you got a little bit of time to kind of play. And now I like that where that looks. That looks good. You cracked me up, Joan. You're funny. Oh dear, oh dear. See, I don't know. I'm not sure which one my daughter's gonna want to do. I might let her do the deer, and then I'll let her do the trees. They're super cute. And like I said, they're meant to go on like bookmarks and book hangers. So I can still give her like, here's the piece that you use to make the card, like the trading card. So I can still let her do a couple of them, and she'll be so tickled pink to do that. And it's like, here's the one with the fox. So I haven't even done the fox yet. So she could do the fox, the trees, because I have all the pieces for that. Cute. I just think they're so adorable. All right, I got to trim this down because I don't want it to go off the edge of the card. So you know what? I have my other scissors here. We're going to use those. So trim that down. It doesn't need to be perfect because we're going to give it the little fishtail in a minute anyway. And I picked my sentiment, and just to be safe, I'm going to stamp so I don't make my mat. I love my background mat. I got it from Arteza. It's a great price. It's perfect because it's nice and big and it fits my whole desk. But I don't want to muck it up, and I tend to do that. It's so gross. All right. I want to center this as best as possible on this paper. Here we go. Make sure I get the center here. Lift it up. May all your dreams come true. Super cute. And then just eyeballing the fishtail. I didn't completely center. I mean, if you are wanting to make sure that everything is perfect, you could like measure this out, have it all gridded, all that kind of stuff. I'm eyeballing. Some things I'm super particular on, and others, okay, I didn't cut that, and I was going to rip it, and it was going to be a big problem. So we're going to just add a little snippy. I think that's centered enough, and it's going to work. That it's not going to be anything that's like, oh God, you messed that up. Okay. Again, with this, we do not want to have it so that, I'm just going to go right there. We're adding adhesive on this side, so I'm only going to add adhesive to this side. And usually for something that's this small, I would run it through, I mean, it definitely works with tape runner, but I could run it through my sticker maker too. But I can't make the whole thing sticky. So use your tape runner. And then line that up, center it, and then there it is. Cutie patootie little cards. Look how fun they are. I just think they're so cute. And it adds a little something when you open it because you've got this piece on the back and there's a little sentiment on the inside. There's still plenty of room to write something, which is nice. And so you're not filling up the entire part of the card with not being able to write who it's from or anything like that. And it's just kind of a, oops, I'm off camera. Just kind of a fun little fun fold card. And that's what we did today. Look how cute, little fall, little cuties. I don't know, I'm into cute stuff right now. Don't ask me why. It's fun, it's fun, it's fun. Thank you so much, everybody, for stopping by. Check out Freshcut Crafts. It's a little cute mom and pop company. They have lots of stuff for kids, but as you can tell, you can take them and you can use them on your own cards. This was a giant pack, but they have lots of other fun ones. It has some unicorns. I think they're coming out with some Christmassy ones too. So that is all kinds of cool and fun stuff that is happening. And I hope you guys come back next Wednesday for some more fun fold, probably card making. I don't know exactly what's going on, but I do have a brand new product I'm going to show you. It is awesome. Can't wait for you to see that. Thank you so much. Please subscribe. I am almost at 10K. I cannot believe it. We got to have some sort of fun giveaway coming up. We got to have like a big 10K something or other. I got to organize that. Maybe we'll do like a video hop with some friends or something. So that is all cool. Only bad thing is that these guys want to pop up. They haven't been, you know, I haven't gone back and refolded these cards. So when I kind of get those hinges really, really good, they'll lay a little bit flatter. So you just got to kind of work your cards. And if you let it sit upside down with a little bit of a weight on it, they'll get used to being kind of folded up and they'll stay flatter again. So don't be too concerned about the flatness. And you're going to they'll fit in an A2 size envelope because everything is an A2 size card here. So you won't have any concerns or problems with that. All right. Thanks so much, everybody. Tell your friends about my channel. Let's hit 10K. And I will see you guys again soon. Supply links are all down below along with the measurements. They are down there as well. So that way you can get your own supplies if you want to make some of these fun things. And go give some of these small mom and pops like Ida Rose and Freshcut Crafts. They are super cute, fun companies. You know, just starting out, got to give them some love. Bye, everybody.